Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the National Timely Action Hour podcast. This is the show where we talk about everything from comic books to video games and everything in between. My name is Aiden, and I hope that you're doing well today. This is Season 4, Episode 10, and in this episode we are going to be discussing the Arkhamverse timeline. Now, the Batman Arkham series is one of my favorite video game series, and I've been replaying them recently, and I just wanted to dive into the timeline because I think that that's pretty interesting. Now, we don't have any specific years that these games take place in. However, some games do take place on specific dates, so I will endeavor to include that in this. So, to begin, we have the Arkham Origins DLC Initiation. This shows Bruce Wayne in his final year of training before he returns to Gotham City to become the Batman. Then we have Arkham Origins, which is during his second year of being Batman, and it takes place on Christmas Eve and ends in the early morning of Christmas Day. Then we have the DLC Cold Cold Heart, which takes place on New Year's Eve, so just a week after Origins. Then we have Arkham Origins Blackgate, which is a mobile game which takes place in March of Bruce's third year of being Batman, so a few months after Cold Cold Heart. Then we have the virtual reality game Arkham Shadow, which takes place in Batman's fourth year. Then we have the multiplayer for Arkham Origins, and this is where we see Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson as the dynamic duo. At the time of recording, which is May 2025, the servers for Origins multiplayer are inactive. They've been shut down for almost 10 years now, so you can't play it. But I have heard that through mods you can play it, which is how you can get the trophies, because there were specific trophies for the multiplayer. Then we have the mobile game Arkham Underworld, which takes place around this same time. Then we have the Arkham Knight DLC A Matter of Family, where you play as Batgirl. Then we have the movie, which is an animated movie, Assault on Arkham, which is mainly about the Suicide Squad. Then we have the first game, Arkham Asylum, and that takes place during October. We don't know, I believe it's the 14th, if I remember correctly. Then we have Arkham City, which takes place, I believe, 6 months later. Please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, and while you're down there, if you're new to the show and are interested in this sort of content, please subscribe and share it with your friends if they like this sort of thing. And I post this on Spotify and YouTube, so in the YouTube version I'll have the links to my social media profiles, so if you'd like to send me a message or get an update about my podcast, please click on those links. I'll also leave a link to my main YouTube channel where I have videos where I review comic books or have my gameplay or talk about movies or TV shows. And I'll also leave the links to my Patreon page and merch store, so if you'd like to support this channel financially, I'd greatly appreciate that. At the merch store, you can buy a t-shirt or a long sleeve shirt or a coffee mug with my channel's logo on it. And on Patreon, there are 3 tiers. The first tier is $10 Canadian. Then there's it's $3 Canadian per month, or you can make a one-time donation. Then there's the second tier, which is $10. Then the third tier is $25. And on all the tiers, you get early access to videos and episodes of the podcast. You can also get exclusive videos and episodes of the podcast there. And you can read my original writing projects as well, and you get a specific shout out video from me and a personalized thank you. And you're also credited in my videos. But anyway, back to this episode. So then we have the Arkham City DLC Harley Quinn's Revenge, which takes place 2 weeks after City. And I believe that takes place in November. Then we get the Arkham Knight Harley Quinn DLC, where you get to play as her. And this is like a week before Arkham Knight. Then we get the game Batman VR, which is a virtual reality game, which takes place a few days before Arkham Knight. Then we get Arkham Knight, which takes place on Halloween. Then we get the other DLCs for Arkham Knight, which is GCPD Lockdown, which takes place on November 1st. Catwoman's Revenge also takes place on November 1st. And then Flip of the Coin and Red Hood both take place a nebulous amount of time later. I'm gonna guess like a month later, or 2 months tops. But that is the entire Batman Arkhamverse timeline. There are tie-in comic books and novels, but I excluded them because I wanted to mainly talk about the on-screen timeline. So thank you so much for listening to this episode of the National Timely Action Hour podcast. Once again, my name is Aiden, and I sincerely hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye.